Okay, tell me what you guys observed. Were you guys friendly and outgoing when you went to Chipotle right now? Were you smiling? Yeah. Damn. Forgot to give you homework. What's that? Oh, it's always better when you're not paying. I have to say, oh, that's good, that's good. But I was going to give you homework, and I was going to make you go in and not smile and see what happens. Because when you're smiling, it's contagious, right? And so then people want to smile, right? Hopefully. Not always, but it is contagious sometimes. And so when you went, did you notice service? Did you notice how the person was when they took your order?
Yeah, I mean, he was overwhelmed because all these people come at once.
Oh,
Yeah, so
oh, I love a pressure,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I was going to help him.
Did you? Okay, tell me more. Who else? Tell me more. What else did you notice? So I like the pressure. And when there's pressure, that's when, you know, your skills come into play.
But pressure and efficient at the same time, though.
Tell me why.
He got my order, right? Or he?
Okay.
He or she. It was a he, and then it was a she.
Did one person take care of all of you?
No, there was like 2 more.
Okay, excellent. And were they personable?
There was a lot of communication. Like a lot.
We tried to request for special orders. They said, no, we're not busy right now. Maybe.
What's that?
Like a team?
Yeah.
I'm serious.
They worked as a team?
Yeah.
Yeah, they worked as a team.
I mean, I'm saying it different, but that's what technically she said.
Okay, hold on, Ken. What was that? Tell me more.
No, because I like dry food, so like I wanted to have the beef, the taco, like we heat up, you know, and then he said, oh, we don't do that because like especially right now, you know, there's a lot of people in line. So sure. I mean, I would have acted maybe different when I'm paying, but it's free, so.
So you didn't get what you want then, Ken. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's still good food, but you know, it's not my favorite how to cook it. So.
Mm-hmm.
The girl that the girl at the cashier, she actually came up to our table and asked us how we were doing.
Oh my God. What does that do for you?
So that made my day.
Yes, it does. It makes a difference, right? I mean, it's the little stuff. So let me tell you about my lunch experience. What was that, Daisy?
We were difficult.
Well, that's the other thing. I do have to say, the difficult part is the test, right? That's definitely, and it's in the eyes of the beholder also, right? I think so. Let's sleep that. Okay. So yeah, it's interesting what a difference it makes you feel, right? So I had the worst service. Oh yeah, right here in the restaurant. And you know what? It makes me kind of cranky. And it's funny because it's not a big deal. I'm sure he's a nice guy. But he didn't smile, he didn't engage, he was slow on service, the food was terrible, it was undercooked, and it was expensive. And for my little salad and the little pizza, you know. And so the experience overall is like, blah. I mean, not once did he smile. He was not attentive. He didn't fill my soda. I rarely order a Coke, but I was dying for a Coke. And so I was done with my Coke, and he never came back for like 20 minutes, and I had to go. So I didn't get a refill. So, you know, that's a little bit of frustration, right? And so what does it make me think? Next time I won't eat here. I should have gone to Chipotle, right? So that's what happens with service with you guys. Okay, tell me what you learned in the morning about service, about customer service, about how you can make a difference. Smile, and it's easy. How much should you smile? Okay, well, hold on 2 seconds. Let's talk. Okay, smile. Listen. Okay, go ahead. Be kind. Oh, I love it. That's it. Pretty simple. Now, how good you can become at these is pretty interesting. So that's why we talk about the pro baseball player and the amateur versus the amateur. Well, there's all kinds of different levels in between. And you can be a pro at customer service and the customer experience, or you can be an amateur. And now, does it matter how many years experience you have? That's a trick question. No. Not really. Because let me tell you, you could just be bad. I mean, you could just be pretty bad at service and stay that way, right? Just like you could pretty much not be that great at baseball and you can stay that way. Or you can get good. So how do you get good? Practice. Yes, practice. But who do you need in order to be able to, yes. Oh my gosh, and do you need a good coach or an average coach? You can actually have specialty coaches, right? Who are some of the specialty coaches that you can look for in your organization?
You.
Michelle.
Ooh, thank you. Ooh. Ooh, yes, yes. Okay, no, you're right. No, that's so true. And then your coworkers, right? And you know, sometimes people are better at different things, right? So Daisy, I can tell you're already a good listener. And it told me that when you told me the story. Because that customer, most customers don't even compliment you, right? So for her to even say something and say, oh, no, I just needed you to listen, that's excellent. So you have different gifts. And so why not utilize them? Because sometimes, only rarely, I may not have a positive attitude when I get into work, right? And so I may need a team player to come help me out. True? Okay, so what else did you learn this morning that can help you at customer service? We talked about practice, coaching. What else? What else was on the board? Ooh. Okay, let's talk attitude, because there's one thing I missed in the morning. And I really covered it a lot yesterday. And it's how to get your head in the game. Okay, these baseball players, they're only as good as your last at bat. And remember I told you that big long story about my son losing his scholarship? Well, he could have chosen to quit, because that's what I was encouraging, because it was a lot of stress. Or he could persevere, right? And when you persevere, his confidence took a huge hit. I mean, huge hit. So that happens to you guys sometimes at work. Say, for example, you have a bad day. I mean, I heard some of them. I heard some of the challenges. I mean, Francisco, you had serious challenges. You have challenges every day, it sounds like, every night, right? I mean, every night, it's a different experience. So, I mean, when you think about that, how do you get up and go to work the next morning and have a positive attitude? Tell me.
I think we have to be like kind of friendly too. For example, like there is a customer like for 10 years in the stores, Charles.
Yeah.
And all the time he's kind of rude, like quiet, but he doesn't say nothing. Or he asks for the key for the restaurant, but with attitude. And then at one time I was telling him, excuse me, Charles, can I tell you something? Yes. You okay today? And he said, yes, I'm okay. I'm okay. But when I speak with him, he's friendly. That from that day, he was like joking all the time. From that day, so we have to be like kind of friendly. I think so. From that day, he come to the office and we tell him,
Yeah.
are you okay, Luciano? I'm okay. So I try to be like him. So after that, he's smiling. And I say,
Yeah, he wanted some attention.
yeah, he like.
You know what? Even the quietest ones, right, want attention.
Yeah.
Is there really anybody that doesn't want attention?
Yeah, that's right.
Even the Grinch wants attention. I mean, you guys saw the Grinch who stole Christmas, right? I mean, that Grinch, he's the meanest thing around, and they still want attention. And so that's pretty impressive. That's really impressive. You know, when we say sometimes treat people like you want to be treated, is that completely true? Oh, some people may say, I don't like to talk. I don't want to smile. But boy, you smile out of them, are they happy? You know, I use the smile because it's the simplest thing. It's the simplest thing, and I didn't get one at lunchtime. Really? Do you know on average people smile 20 to 30 times a day, adults do? Guess how many smiles a kid does? Anybody guess? It is a lot. Constant. You know.
Michelle smiles 24/7.
She does. And guess what? I look at her a lot because she makes me feel better. I love it. I love it. No, it's true. And does it make you want to approach Michelle more, or at least makes you feel like you can approach Michelle? It is, and it's lovable, and it's delightful, and there is probably really no one that would say they don't like somebody when they smile. So can anybody guess, though, how many times the kid smiles? 400 times on average in a day. Is that insane?
We have to be like a kid.
Yes! But okay, so remember at the beginning, do you remember what smiling does for you? It gives you a longer... Yes! Whoa! I mean, can you believe that? I mean, really, they did the study. I don't know how well that study was. We'll talk about numbers later, because numbers do influence things in every which way, and you can manipulate them. But I think that it's really interesting. The simplest thing is the smile. If you greeted everybody and you smiled every time they walked through that door, a big, huge, genuine smile, it would be amazing in service and in branding. And that brings me to branding. Tell me about companies that do it right. Who does it right out there in customer service? I can think of a few. I'll think of, ooh, tell me why.
They just seem to, it's like they see you from the moment you walk in.
Mm-hmm.
They make you feel like, you know.
They acknowledge you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, what was that, Michelle? They get you? Yeah, they get you.
They cater to you.
Exactly, and they'll take back anything I have, even if I don't have a tag on it, right? And especially if I buy something there, sometimes it's a little bit more than I normally pay, right? What else do they do? Do they smile? Can you compare them to Macy's?
No.
Macy's has got they are the worst at customer service, and I'm okay to say that. Because let me tell you, I don't even know if I could work for that company. They are so bad at customer service.
You know, Foot Locker is fake to me. You know, they go all out to help you, but we all know it's to get commission.
Oh, they
So
do?
It's kind of fake. You know, it's not real to me. You know, it's not real.
Is it only because they get commission that you think it's not real?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they follow me around the store like I'm about to steal something. You know.
Uh-huh.
And they want that sale, like a car salesman. You know, it's fake. It's fake, and you know it's fake. So.
Isn't that funny? And so that's the new trend in service, is to be genuine. And do you know, it's kind of hard. We're going to actually talk about that. That's really something we want to hit on about. There is a difference. So when you smile, yeah, yeah, I smiled, and when you smile and say, hi, Leroy, and I'm smiling, there's a huge difference, right? So you're right, that genuineness is, the genuineness is unclear though, so that's what makes it difficult. Marriott is tackling it right now, and they are trying so hard to measure their success at being genuine and what they call making a connection. We'll talk more about that. But right now, so we learned to smile, listen, be kind, follow through. One thing we kind of missed was the self-confidence of getting your head in the game. And getting your head in the game is when you falter and you don't do so well, or maybe you have a customer that's really unbearable and you didn't make the right choices. Maybe you stood in front of the gate. I'm sorry. It stood in front of the gate and didn't let the woman in. And maybe you're saying, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have done that because it was maybe not quite right. Okay, and that's okay because we're not perfect. So that's all right, but what are we going to do to get our head back in the game? We're not going to call and quit our job, hopefully. We're going to just say, hey, listen, I need to get my head in the game. That means I need to get my confidence up. So a positive attitude comes from confidence within. You can't get it anywhere else. Did you know that? Okay, I keep talking baseball, but it's only because I can relate. So this is the funny story. My husband is coaching like 12-year-old baseball, okay? It might have been 10. So 10-year-old baseball. And he's coaching, and he keeps talking about, hey, you got to have confidence, that you're going to get the ball. You got to you got to have confidence that you're going to hit the ball. Kid comes up, hey, coach. He says, you keep talking about this thing called confidence. Where do you get some of that? I mean, I love it. It's the cutest thing. This kid is now grown up, and he's like 18, and he's super handsome and super athletic. And I'm like, do you remember when you went out to the couch? Oh, shut up. It was great. I mean, so confidence, I mean, where do you get it? Where do you get your confidence? Can we go around the room? Can you guys give me one area that you get your personal confidence? Let me give you some ideas. One is you get it because I am good at cooking. Did you see the expression on my face? I am so bad at cooking. I know within, I'm not good at cooking, but I am good at cheering on my son, okay? That's within. I know I'm good at that, right? So it's within you, something maybe that you do well. The other thing that I do well is I handle problems. I'm really good with the customers. I can really make them feel good about themselves instantly. What else is there? I'm good at baseball. So what's one thing you're good at?
I'm good at talking things out.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Good in what?
Anything. What makes you feel good? What are you good at? Are you good at cooking? Are you good at cleaning? I'm good at cleaning. I'm really good at cleaning. Huh? You too? Ooh, I like that. Huh? Yeah, me neither. I cannot cook if my life depended on it. It's one of the things I'm going to start practicing. Leroy, what about you?
I'm a boxing trainer on the weekends. So I'm good at boxing. You know.
How fun!
Yeah.
I love that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
2 women and 2 guys that we're training right now.
How fun! So you might be good at coaching too, right?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
I see. And maybe good coaching in the office. Francisco.
I think I'm good at listening.
I can tell. Actually, I would agree. Ken,
I don't know.
do you have a hobby? Are you good at whatever it may be? No hobby?
You know what? I'm good at driving. I drive like 3 hours one way every day. So
No, hey, that's a plus. My sister's the worst driver in the world, and I won't even drive with her anymore because shit makes me nuts. So that's a good thing. I heard that, Daisy. Just someone? Cooking? Ooh, yes. I hope it's Mexican food too. I'm just gonna guess. Oh, Judy, what about you?
I'm good at art, so I'm creative.
Ooh, very nice. Do you have anything that you really like paints or crayons or?
No, actually I don't.
No, just all kinds of
I
stuff.
have everything.
That's nice. Maria?
With me, connections with my son.
Aww.
More of a mama's boy, so we talk a lot.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good. Hey, that's a good one. That'll make you happy for life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have that confidence.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Great.
And then you said drinking, right?
Coffee.
Coffee? I love it. And knowing the best coffee. What else, Daisy?
Cooking.
You're good at cooking? Do you have a favorite?
Everything. I like to try new recipes.
Ooh, that's a big one because that's kind of hard. That's putting yourself out there again, right? All right. Francisca, what about you?
I think I would.
He's good at cleaning. He's good at working. He's good at everything.
That's a lot to be said, so I'm assuming you take a lot of pride in that. Yeah?
He was employee of the year, last year?
Really? Woo-woo! Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Woo! That's easy stuff. I love it, man. I love it. Now, we just gave Francisco a round of applause, right? Tell me, does anybody think that doesn't feel good?
Yeah. No, that felt good.
That felt good, huh? Yeah. Ooh, hello, Natalie. Welcome, welcome. There's a seat there, here. You are set to go. All right. Natalie's actually been on 2 of these now, so this is her second one. Welcome, Natalie. Glad to have you. We were just talking about something that we're good at and just wrapping up like self-confidence. And so what's one thing that you're good at? It could be cooking, it could be cleaning, it could be drawing. Oh, really? I like that. That's great. I love it. Michelle, what about you?
I think I'm good at taking charge of getting things done. I've kind of noticed that because I'm in school and
Yes.
it's all online, and I feel like and we get group projects, which I was really surprised
Right.
that we would do group projects since it's all digital and we don't see anyone face to face.
Right.
And no one takes charge to email anybody. Nobody says like, okay, I'll start the PowerPoint and do this. It's like, here I am delegating everyone. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they're good at. I just do it.
Interesting. So that might be leadership then, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't feel like it.
I mean, I think one thing is, yes, getting it done and executing, but I also think what it sounds a little bit more like is leadership, because you've got to coordinate other pieces. That's a hard one. I mean, believe it or not, there's natural born leaders, but you still have to work at it and practice and, to make yourself, that's really exciting. That's great. Mari, what about you?
Baking?
Ooh, and what do you bake?
Well, I like to do cake pops, cupcakes, cookies.
Ooh, I love the cake pops. And all of this food, it sounds great. So what all of this means, though, is it creates self-confidence. And that self-confidence, when we talk about it, it's like, where does it come from? It comes from within. And usually, you've had a lot of practice, right? Because those things that you're good at, that you just talked about that you're good at, is because you've probably practiced them. And so if we practice customer service, can you imagine how good you'll be? Because already you're an amateur, I think. And some of you may be pros and I don't know it. But you probably haven't put the time in yet for the practicing.
You know where we left off? Body language.
Yes.
Body language.
Ooh, you are so right. Now that's part of a positive attitude, but you're right. Body language says a lot, because in communication, how much is body language?
A lot. Me and Ken, we shopped a store. I went to Storeflex, and she didn't get out of the chair or nothing. She just leaned back, and we felt unwelcome. We didn't want to be there. It's like, okay, And she was asking us, but she pretty much said, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So we just left. We didn't even say goodbye, whatever.
Right. So, I mean, what's that body language telling you?
Like, she didn't want our business. It wasn't welcome in her store.
Yeah.
So it was really bad. It was really bad. I mean, she pretty much leaned back in her chair and looked at me, didn't get up, didn't say hi, nothing. Just
Or she has a different language of love. I mean, we don't know, but we know one thing is we didn't take it as you care about us. Because what are the signals that you care? Or want to, I mean, it's listening, right? And it's being attentive. And it is your body language. Be there, be present, be in the moment. And we talk about body language in athletes. If athletes are down and ready to play the game, or if they're sitting here like this, right? I mean, it's the same thing of her leaning back in her chair, right? Or not. We talked about it earlier. When someone comes in, stand up and greet them if you can. That is the ideal way. We can't always do that, but hopefully we can. And then, of course, what's our number one thing? Number one? Huh? Yeah. That was a trick question. Smile. So, yeah, because that's pretty darn important. Okay. So, it's pretty important to get that confidence and get the head in the game. What we talked about in our last session was there's some tools that you can use to get your head in the game, maybe before you get to work. And I'm sure Natalie would love to hear some of them, because it's important to stay positive, especially when you're at home and something negative has gone on, right? So how do you get your head in the game? What are some ways to get the perspective of, I've got to get on a positive attitude, I got to get my smile on, and I've got to be on for work today? So, Leroy, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. One, you eat breakfast with one. If you don't eat breakfast,
You know what? We didn't come up with that one yesterday. That is huge, because what happens to your blood sugar levels go all over the place, right?
goes up and
He's a athlete.
I gotta eat breakfast.
No, but it's true. I mean, athlete or not, both ways. I know I fall out. I bottom out, especially when I have 4 donuts in the morning. Yeah, I am a donut girl. Oh gosh. And so, and I love the donut. So it is not good. I don't feel good for 2 days after that, right? So so it's not just eating, it's what you eat. Okay, what else?
You gotta get there on time. If you're late and you're in traffic, you're getting frustrated getting to work.
Yeah, because you feel
And you
what?
feel-
What do you feel?
You feel grouchy, you feel already tired. And
Or do you feel bad?
Yeah, that I'm in a bad mood already
Yep.
because I'm in traffic.
Okay,
That's
what
why
else?
You can't drive 2 hours. So-
You're right.
So I don't call him at 7:30. I wait till you calm down a little bit. And then
You're right. What else can you do in the morning? What about, do you have a morning routine? What time do you wake up? You know, do you give yourself enough time to maybe have a cup of coffee? Who drinks coffee? Yeah, or orange juice or water. Are you drinking enough water? You know, do you feel spry? Because when your body doesn't feel good, you don't feel good. What else though makes your body feel good? When your mind feels good, your body feels good, right? So how do you get your mind feeling good? Huh? Number one question. He's had a lot of number one questions. That is a number one question. I mean, the number one answer.
Maybe go to bed early, you get a good night's sleep.
Ooh, big,
Wake up on, hey, I'm awake.
big. Do you know that, hey, you are so right. Sleep is really super important. They say that sleep is so important. It's as important as
Enough sleep now.
yeah, as eating. And when you don't get enough sleep, sometimes your mind doesn't even work right? I mean, for any of those that have been up all night long with a crying kid, it's the perfect example of the next day, I can't even speak a complete sentence because I'm so tired, or maybe on day 3. But yeah, so sleeping is huge. So getting enough sleep, what else? What about gratitude journals? What about, what about maybe meditating in the morning for 10 or 15 minutes? I know it sounds nerdy, and I know that, people talk about this stuff, meditate, please, but getting your head in the game, that's what athletes do. They've got affirmations, they look at, oh my gosh, I know whom I'm competing against today. I've got to be confident in my ability to hit the ball against this pitcher. He's only 92 miles an hour. I mean, no big deal. I can do that, right? Or the pitcher's 75 miles an hour. It's still hard to hit. I mean, it's one of the hardest things to do, right? So they've got to get their head in the game. What do you do for yourself? And that's important to think about because it's a direct reflection in customer service. It's a direct reflection on how you're treating the customer, right?
I have a big one. And all of us are guilty of this. You have to plan if you're gonna go work the next day. If you go out partying, drinking.
Let's just cut right to the chase, Leroy.
They can relate to me. But when you out late at night and you have to go work the next day and you just tore up and it's gonna show. It's just gonna show, right?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, but it's true. It's true. And what else? What about though when you're having problems at home or you're worried or you're stressed or school? I mean, I got 5 deadlines. I got 4 other people that are in my group and they're not coming through with what they said they were going to do. I'm frustrated, right? So then you have those frustrations, or maybe I overbooked myself, or maybe my bank account's overdrawn and I gotta put some cash in it. I can't believe I did that. I'm not feeling, so your confidence levels start going down because I feel like a loser. That's ridiculous. I had the money, I just didn't go to the bank, I didn't transfer the funds. This is ridiculous that I paid whatever it is, $12 for a bounced check. So it's all those things that add up and those pressures of life come in. So it is important that you get your head in the game before we get to work, right? All right. We are going to have some fun pretty soon, but we want to talk about one thing, and I want to talk about branding. And we talked a little bit about Chipotle, right? And what great food they have. And then we talked a little bit about Nordstrom's, and we kind of left that off a little hanging because I wanted to cover the confidence area a little bit more. So let's talk about those brands that are amazing in customer service. Does anybody know, has anybody had a bad experience at In-N-Out Burger? Really? Has anybody been to In-N-Out Burger? I love it. Okay, so tell us what your experience was like then?
Yeah, after yesterday, I just had to have one.
We talked all about it yesterday. Okay? I love it. Okay, so, but Natalie, tell me, did they smile?
Absolutely. In fact, I was going to ask the gal, do they teach you that you have to smile at everyone? I had a discussion about this yesterday.
I love it. I love it. No, so true.
They
And
actually listen to because they get your order right, and they'll repeat it back at you.
They speak clearly.
Yeah, exactly.
okay, so let's talk about that communication game we played, right?
I listen to that. I'm like, oh, you guys are right.
Uh-huh. I like that.
Every single time.
I have never,
Always repeat your order, right?
that's a step of service. I mean, you just do it every time. What else do they do right? Are they neat and clean in their attire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about their body language?
That's good. They're always busy and they're fast.
Yeah, and they're fast. And if they get something wrong, they don't necessarily, sometimes they'll say, let me see your receipt. They don't even really look at it. They then just give it to me. Yeah, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They're one of the best. How many employees do you think they have? A little or a lot? They've got a lot. And, over 1,000. Thousands. Oh, yeah, they're in the thousands. Oh, yeah. And so, I mean, how do they get everybody to do this? That's the secret ingredient. Maybe training, definitely. Practice, right? It's all these things. Focus. You need the vision for great service. I mean, the vision's got to be there. You've got to want to do that. You've got to be focused like an athlete's focused. Hey, we are going to provide unbelievable service, even to those people that come to us and try and get in and are not really the person they say they are, or, the person that you have to call the ambulance on. I mean, it really happens. And so one of the biggest compliments you could get is treating everybody with respect, no matter who they are and no matter what they do, unfortunately. Because sometimes people are just, we heard some stories earlier, Natalie. They deal with some serious customer service issues where you just want to say, what? I don't want to deal with this. But we have to deal with it. And so when we deal with it with class and respect, it really works. Okay, what else? Tell me more about In-N-Out Burger. What else do they do?
They get mystery shopped.
They get mystery shopped. So,
Confidence on their products. They do.
ooh, I love that. You're right. But it's just like you guys. You guys, the two groups that I've had, you guys care. You care about the customer. You care about your location. You care about your coworkers. The number one thing every time, team player. Natalie, same thing. Yesterday, same thing. I heard team player loyalty all the time in everything we did. And you guys are the same. So you're right. So it's not even that hard, right? So now it's just about the fine tuning. It's the words we use. Words matter, right? Would you agree? Does anybody disagree that words matter? So if I change something from, yes, I can do that if you'd like to pay your bill on time for the next 11 months, I can do the 12th month free, absolutely. I can waive the 12th if you're late on the 12th month, I can do that. So you can switch it to a yes for almost anything, Yes, I can dump those boxes. If you could break them down, I'll go ahead and put them in my bin for you. So, I think that looking at the companies that do it right, is there any other company out there right off the bat that you see does it right? Has anybody been to Chick-fil-A? What do you think of them? I don't think they're in and out level, but they're pretty darn good. They're pretty darn good. And so what you have to do is start noticing it. Notice the way they treat you. Notice what's happening out in the world. Notice the best of the best, and that too will give you the insight to get better. Because getting better takes what, Maria? Yes! And that mirror is a great place because Maria practices in front of the mirror. I know that. So you're exactly right. So that practice matters. Okay, we are going to break up into some groups. Okay, so was that fun? It kind of gets you up and, it's kind of fun. It's silly. I mean, now, did you notice that I gave you 3 different instructions? First time I gave you the instruction, were you comfortable?
Yeah.
Go ahead, say it, Michelle, like loud. Huh?
I'm always nervous. I'm like, wait, I don't know what to do.
I don't have enough information, right? Right? Oh, no, I'm with you, girlfriend. Okay, what else? What else transpired there? What else happened? Anybody else feel that way? Just
First time.
okay. Why were you nervous?
I felt like there wasn't enough detail.
Love you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Winner. I was gonna say winner chicken dinner, but this this video is a little different for me. Okay, but yes. Woo. Okay. So detail. I mean, we talked about listening, we talked about customer service. It requires some feedback and detail and set the scene and set the story for your customer because your customer is not an expert like you are. They don't know that they're not going to give the code if you don't have your ID, or they forgot, or can't you make an exception? They're always going to ask. They don't know your system. They don't realize that some people are not normal out there and you guys have to deal with it every day. And that's why you have to have these things in place, right? Policies and procedures. They don't understand that, so you want to educate them. And what I didn't do on that first game is I didn't educate you guys. And I thought it was so interesting. Natalie, you were here for both of them. It was so different this time, right?
Very different. Interpretation.
Yes. So interpretation changes, as you know, Lee, right? With the little paper game, is that we didn't do that yesterday. This was a new little game that we played, but about listening. But it does, your interpretation, you think you got it right, but guess what? You didn't. So it's important to give them probably more details. That's what you should do in customer service. Give them more details. Tell them what's going on. They're uncomfortable. Daisy, what did you say? You said that more detail, and you were really uncomfortable too, right? I mean, so it's important. The second one, I gave you more detail, but not a lot, right? And so that was a little bit better. Now the third one, what happened?
There was more detail.
Yes. What else happened? Compare those.
Comfort zone was much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are talking all about feelings, but give me some facts now. What's the difference?
We did it as a team.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Okay, I was looking for that. Yeah, what else? What other facts?
Confidence?
Yes, you had more confidence
Pretty much
because,
build your confidence toward the third.
yes. Oh my gosh, and you also had confidence because I gave you more instruction.
Exactly.
And that's what people get. Confidence is within, right? Confidence is in your bones. It's not on the outside, and it's not somebody saying, oh my gosh, Juan, you did a really great job. If you believe that you didn't do a good job, you're not going to believe, you're not going to have the confidence. So, you can say, oh, my boss doesn't praise me. That's why, that's why I don't like this place or whatever it may be. But really, it's your confidence within. It's not your boss. Okay, so what else happened? You guys, did you strategize more or less?
Work as a team, pretty much.
You did. You guys took instruction really well. I didn't see too much strategy. I saw people just do.
Yeah.
Well, the first time she was the only one that did it on our side. I don't really.
Yes. Same thing happened on this side. Okay, so Natalie,
It didn't happen yesterday.
tell them what happened yesterday.
No, yesterday, we all took turns on every one, and then when we said something about the touch, everyone has touch a ball. Like everyone waving.
They just touched it. That is so funny. And it worked. And then they had like 3 people, right? Did you have 3 people throw at that time, like your best 3 or something? Okay, it was so funny. I still have to give you points no matter what. Okay, what? So it was really interesting, right? I mean, that was really simple. I mean, it wasn't brain surgery there, and it's just like customer service. It is really simple. We make it difficult, but not following the steps that we know are right. And remember, we talked about one thing. It starts with an F. It's one of the F ones. Fake it till you make it. So even if you don't have You're not feeling good that day, or you're not really in a great mood, and I really don't want to deal with this crazy customer. Just fake it. Fake it till you make it, and just deal with it. But when we talk about how things can get misconstrued and how we might not be giving enough details, that's usually the root of the problem. Or they misinterpreted us. And then you got cultural differences. I mean, I know in my Hispanic culture is we bargain for everything. I mean, you don't take anything for face value. Somebody says that's $50, I say 25. Anybody? Anybody? And in Mexico, if you don't, you are looked down upon. Okay? No, oh, seriously, they have talked about me in Spanish behind my back, but thank God my mother was there because I don't understand Spanish. And she could relate to me. She could tell me that they were talking about me because I didn't know how to negotiate. That was when I was really young. But, I'm telling you, I learned how to negotiate. But so you deal with all of those challenges that are beyond, right? There and beyond. Okay, let's talk now about memorable moments. Let's talk about what you can do to make those customers feel special. Does it really take much?
No.
No. And do you guys already do it?
Yes.
Do you do little things? I hear you guys have a spin wheel. Yeah? And you guys have candy in December, maybe? Yeah? All the time? Really? Yeah, I'm going. Can I just stop by?
We don't.
Okay, let's talk about this. No, okay, so we're going to talk about this. I need a writer up on the board here, and we're going to talk about some ideas to make moments. Okay, wait. Anybody else? We had you in the morning. I know, I like the confidence. I like the confidence, sweetheart. Don't get me wrong. Anybody else? Nobody else? Come on up, Maria. Come on, girl.
Represent, girl.
Okay. So first we're going to talk about these memorable magic moments. This is for you, girl. Yep. Okay. But before she gets started writing, because she's going to be our writer when we brainstorm, before we get started writing, how does a pro athlete make memorable moments?
Breaking records.
Ooh, yes. Love the numbers, too. You're right. Breaking records. What else do they do? Let's go ahead and write these.
Breaking records.
Yeah. What else?
Most valuable player.
Yes, awards. Okay.
Clutch.
What's that?
Being clutch.
Ooh, tell me about clutch, because some people might not know the terminology.
Michael Jordan, game 6,
You.
5 seconds.
Yes. So when the pressure is on, they produce results. How do they do that? Because it's amazing sometimes the results they produce, right? Okay. And they do like these fabulous, unbelievable plays. I always say, okay, here's the game, right? It's the bottom of the ninth, tie game, 3 runners on, batters up. These are the moments you live for. You could be a hero or you could be a big loser. And so I tell my son, this is it, baby. This is the fun part. This is what you drive for. This is what you work for. If you don't get that moment, what if he never gets to bat half the time? You know what I mean? Then it's like you don't get those moments. Tell me about athletes that come through. What have they got that the other one doesn't? Because I'll tell you, they all got talent.
Well, personality.
Woo! Chicken dinner, winner, chicken dinner. Confidence. Confidence, because, and it's the mental game. The mental game's the hard part. The mental game's the hard part of, what, go ahead.
Concentration.
Ooh.
Not being distracted by the pressure
Ooh.
of the moment.
Yes. Like being in the moment.
In the moment.
You're right. Being in the moment. And those distractions, oh, God, we live in a day and age that I just get exhausted. I turn off my phone. But I don't know how you guys do it because there's the phone coming at you, there's the text coming at you, there's the email coming at you. I'm sorry. And then I got a customer right in front of me coming at me. And then I have 5 employees that are coming at me all at the same time. I forgot about my dog. I take my dog to work. And my dog's got to go out and go to the bathroom. So what trumps everything is usually the dog. But, all these things coming at you at the same time, what have you got in your guys' life at SKS? Can anybody tell me? What are some of the things you deal with? The phone, people standing in front of you, right? What if there's a flood? I heard about flooding. Dominique? You guys have flooding? Oh, okay, you're with Dominique, is that, okay. And so, yeah, that's kind of challenging. What else can be challenging? I got corporate calling me, wanting a new report, right? Anything else?
Customers taking their clothes off.
Oh, yeah.
Distracting.
Oh, yeah. Major distraction, especially when maybe, it's really sore eyes. Anyway, so, yeah, so you've got all these things coming at you, right? Okay, what else do we got? Personality.
Of course,
Yes. Attitude. Attitude. Okay, tell me what else. Anything else? Motivation. So, yeah, you got to have the motivation. You got to see it. It's what Natalie kind of said. It's kind of the focus too, but you have to have the goal, right, Daisy? You got to have the goal to want to do this. You got to have the goal to be great with the customers, no matter what, and say the right things. It counts. It really matters. And usually you're just one word off. It's not a lot. But I do challenge you guys that it takes some practice. Okay, so we've talked enough about baseball players. Look at that list and tell me everything that applies to you. At work.
Just one?
Well, let's talk about it. Breaking records. Well, can you guys break records?
Oh, yeah.
How can you do it?
Well, that's teamwork. We broke records all, last 2 months.
Okay, by teamwork. And tell me more. What'd you break? I mean,
We rented 70 units back to back.
okay.
December, we made over $240,000 the first AmeriCorps.
Awesome. So 70, and is that an all-time high? 70?
Yeah, well, no, our all-time was 115.
Okay.
But 70 rentals back to back,
Oh, okay. And I'm going to guess that means that you didn't have a lot of vacancy time.
How do you know?
I don't know. I just know that vacancy number matters. That's an important number. I mean, if it's there, man, I want to help somebody, right? I want to provide the solution, right, to the problem for somebody. And I also want to make sure that I get paid on time. No, but because if the company makes money, you make money. And plus, and that keeps on giving. So, okay, breaking records, so you guys can do that, okay? Can you become a most valuable player? Ooh, yeah, I like that. I'm saying, let's work for it. So, oh, I love it. And we're talking about customer service too in here. And we're talking about you can do that through customer service, through being an amazing customer, a pro at customer service, not an amateur. So, okay, clutch. Ooh, clutch is when pressure's on. Do you come through? Do you, hit the ball? Do you strike out? Do you bunt the ball?
That happens always to Ken as far as the clutch thing because he gets like the most difficult customers. He's also district manager, so when he's there,
Yeah.
which is like 3-4 days, he'll get these customers. I'm like, oh, thank God Ken's here. He can handle it today. It's crazy because he's like just complete relaxed. They'll come, I scream at him, approach him the wrong way. And it's the same thing. Hands on the sweater, comes back, and he just makes the customer relax. And I'm just like, okay. I just like a self-know for myself.
Yes.
I have to do that. I think honestly something that I'm still trying to work on it every single day because I don't think it's just like he woke up and became this calm person.
Yes, you're right. I think, Ken, would you add to that? How do you do it?
Blood pressure pills.
What did he say? Did you hear what he said?
Blood pressure pills.
Oh! He said blood pressure pills. Okay, that was really funny. Well, I think what we should do is you should stand up, Ken. Stand up, yeah. Because just watch, stand up. And let's give him a huge round of applause. Woo! Woo! Because it does, it's important to feel good, and that's a big compliment. That's not a small compliment. That's a big compliment. Okay, so yeah, coming through in a clutch means, you know, when the game's tight and when everybody's sweating and, you know, it's the tough times. And I hope it's natural and I hope you practice enough because usually your mind goes out the door. And I call it reaction time. That's reaction time. And reaction time is a whole different topic in itself because when you practice, when you have the year's experience too, it does help. But when you practice and know what to say, sometimes it'll come natural. And that's hopefully what that is. Okay, confidence. What does confidence play in here? Can you have confidence at SKS and confidence in what you do and how you do it in your work? I mean, and what creates confidence there? How do you do it? How do you get the confidence in your work?
Well, you gotta know your product.
Ooh, so it's knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge.
Okay, so knowledge. Judy, what else?
Well, I would say knowledge, knowing that other people are coming to us because the other facilities couldn't help them out.
Yep, yep. And it's also being able to work the software system. It's also knowing the steps of service. It's knowing what the customer, like I want to take care of the customer. So you talked earlier about being able to ask them questions about what size they need, because that's kind of a challenge sometimes because they get offended. Sometimes people don't like questions, you know, and they feel like you're trying to sell them, right? I just came in here for this. I know what size I want. Yeah.
They try to avoid that question
Yep.
part because they want to just get in and get out and not
That's right.
asking to help.
And also confidence also that as staff or team members of SKS, our corporate supports us on what we're doing,
Uh-huh.
you know, through the hardship and, you know, happiness. So
Yes. No,
that's
you're
the important thing.
totally right. Okay, then we talk about concentration. How do you guys do that? How do you guys keep focused at work? Are you guys allowed to have your cell phones there? You drink a lot of coffee. I like it. I like it.
Blood pressure pills.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, concentration, that's all the distractions. Personalities, we got to deal with attitudes. Attitude's the biggest one, right? We can have a good attitude. We talked about that, you know, over and over again. That's part of self-confidence, but it is different. Because positive attitude, you can fake it till you make it easily, right? Self-confidence is a little bit harder. Why? Because self-confidence is within. It's not necessarily, you know, on the outside. Okay, and then of course, motivations, right? And so we want to make the experience of our customers special. So we want to create memorable moments, right? All these characteristics count in that. And it's just like an athlete. It counts. So let's now relate this to what are the things we can actually do to make these moments memorable for our customers. Could we give them free boxes when they move in, when they're a brand new customer? I don't know if you do that already, but could we do that? Okay, can we come up with a whole list? Can you do a separate sheet and write a whole list of things that they could do? Okay, so let's talk about things that we can do to either give away. We could smile, right? That's a freebie. We could give them free boxes. What else can we do to new renters, old renters? Do we care whether they're new or old?
No. But what?
Oh, tell me, Daisy.
Well, how about the customers have been there for a long time, and they don't ask for a special, they don't complain about the rate increases.
Yeah.
I think in a way they deserve some.
Do you have any ideas? Something, what we could do for them?
What we have been doing for the past few years was when we select customers only, we can afford to, you know, give away some stuff.
Right.
Is at Southern California, San Ventura, is we have been giving out Seas Candy.
At the end of the year.
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
our-
Christmas
Very
present.
nice. Very nice. So let's put Seas Candy up there. Okay, what else can we do? Is there new stuff? Let's talk about some new stuff.
Well, one, we call a customer by name.
Ooh, big one. Freebie. And that's a free one. I mean, we don't even have to pay any money on that one.
Just to remember them.
Exactly, to remember
Not my
them.
unit number.
So those are those characteristics that we talked about just a second ago, concentration. And that takes concentration from me. So the way I do it, a trick of the trade, is I write down the name of somebody like, oh, my son's baseball teams. And we have a lot of them, so I want to know the parents, right? So I write down, you know, what kid they have and then what they look like. Sometimes I try and snap a picture, so then I know the next game I know who that was.
Yeah, when I go to Petco, this girl always call me by my name, you know, and first I thought she was flirting with me at first. I go get my crickets. She always, when I go to the door, she calls me by my name. to make
You
me
get
feel
your
good.
crickets?
Yeah, for my frogs. It's a long story.
Okay. All right. Okay, tell me more. Let me get my...
When it's very hot days, we pass with a bottle of water and we give it to other people
I
too.
think randomly giving somebody water is awesome.
It's huge. Well, and especially because you guys are dealing with people that are moving stuff, right? And you're in a very warm climate. So it's really inexpensive, it's really simple, and I bet you if it's ice cold, it might even be, even the extra mile, right? We want to connect with people. We want to make them feel special, so giving them a water, they could be pretty thankful. Have you experienced it? Yeah. That's really cool. Okay, water. All right, what else?
And we just recently, we have garage sales, and it helps them pay their bills. You know, we have 2 homeless customers that we had a garage sale, and they sold some things, and it helped them pay their rental.
Oh, okay. Tell me what garage sales are like.
Garage sales, they get to bring everything that they have in a unit, they
Uh-huh.
sell. We have it outside with tents and
Okay.
music, food, whatever.
Wow.
And it's free. And so they give them an opportunity to make some money on the side.
Okay, but now I'm just trying to comprehend here. Would that lose some rent because then people would downsize?
No.
They don't,
Not once.
no. In fact, they probably buy more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they buy from each other.
Are you
Like I bought stuff.
really?
My garage sales are huge.
And Lilo, remember that was our first thinking when we first started it.
I
That was our
know.
main concern.
We were
Yes.
scared that they'd move out, but it didn't happen.
Just like our consignment store, people worried that we would lose, but it ended up being a draw.
Positive, yeah.
A draw
Oh,
for customers to want to store with us, because we had these
I love it.
services.
I
And
love
the
it.
economy was bad too, and they made it extra money. Like I said, we had 2 homeless customers. It helped them out a lot. A
Oh.
lot, yeah. And so.
Wait, you had 2 homeless customers?
They have more than that, but.
Oh,
but-
yeah, he's got.
I got tons. But it helped them a little bit. You
So they pay for storage, but they don't have a home.
know. No, yeah, they pay for storage. We have one lady that just collect bottles
Uh-huh.
and cans to pay for rent. She never late once. She gave Rilla. Yeah, 4 years and never late. She just collect bottles. That's all she does.
Oh my God, that breaks my heart. I love it. That's interesting. That's really a great story. I love that. Okay, what else can you do? Natalie, what are some of the ideas we came up with yesterday?
More about what you think a loyalty program would,
Ooh.
to brainstorm about that.
Okay, so what she's talking about, a loyalty program is a program for the,
The customer that she described.
yes, for the long-term customer that's been great, that pays their bill on time, that never complains, or it's kind of like the platinum membership for hotels where you use the services a lot and you're a good customer, so they want to acknowledge you. They want to give you maybe some extra items so you feel special. So a loyalty program, has anybody been like, Safeway has a customer service loyalty program. And that would be an example where you get, certain coupons and you have your card and something like that.
Yeah, we should do that.
Maybe something like the referral program, where we also enter them into a drawing.
Referral
to get a gift
program.
card.
That's a great idea, like after every year, you get 2 tickets for 2 years. 3
Yeah, I like that.
love
So that was with a gift card, right?
Like a drawing.
A drawing. Put drawing if you would, Maria. Okay, what else?
Maybe a simple thank you card, personalized thank you card.
Oh,
for all
gotcha.
customers.
Oh, you're so
So,
sweet.
wow.
That's okay. Say that again if you don't mind, Ken.
It's like a thank you card for, I mean, I know that one is a great idea, but in order to cover every customer that's been there, like,
Oh.
you know, San
My-
Fernando has been open since like 2001, I think. So, I mean, I still have customers right now that's been there.
Right.
And,
16 years.
But Ken, the great thing is if we do a drawing for it, we're only in for like, say, one gift card for $100, okay? And then you take everyone at your location, which may be 500, I'm not sure what the numbers would be, 200 people, and then they all go into the drawings. You're only giving away 100.
oh no, this one is just like a
Oh, gotcha.
regular, you know, like a thank you card.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Oh, just a thank you card. I love that. I love that.
I go through the list and see who has a lot of units or who's been there for a long time, and I send them a Christmas card.
You do? That's special because that's hard
Yeah,
to.
every year we send Christmas cards around holidays.
Oh, nice. That is really special.
What about birthday cards? We used to
Mhm.
do that.
And why did you stop, Natalie, if you don't mind me asking?
I think because the birthday stopped being inputted in the system,
I think we-
maybe.
yeah,
So
didn't
it's all
wanna-
over the place,
yeah,
but
it's-
now it's back in there, so
It is, okay.
it could be something we can do.
What else?
I know we can automate that.
Yeah, maybe we could do a constant contact, you know.
Yeah, I think that SiteLink has an automated thing.
Gotcha. What else? What about, could you text message people?
We do that too. And it's usually not. It's usually like, hey, we're going to auction next week.
Right, but maybe you could do something positive.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe you could just thank them. Because it is a lot of work to do a handwritten thank you card. You know? Or a handwritten anything. Yeah, although I have to say, because we're in the day of technology and automation and all that great stuff, is that people don't do it anymore. So when you send a handwritten, you're like, whoa, I got a handwritten card. That was impressive.
Very nice,
So
yeah.
that's nice. But I like the texting. We have a handwritten card, right? Okay, let's talk loyalty program. What else could? What does a loyalty program look like to you guys? And do you think it's important?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and do you think that you're going to get people to stay longer if you have a loyalty program?
Well, storage is funny because they only use it if they need it, don't need it all the time. So,
Yeah,
you know, but I.
it's
think
not
that-
an impulse buy, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I feel special knowing that they know that I've been there so long. Like with eBay, they send me this 15-year thing in the email. You know,
Ooh.
like a certificate.
No, tell me more.
Yeah, so I've been doing, I don't do it like I used to, but
Mhm.
I used to do eBay a lot. I used to make like $1,000 a month.
Okay.
And I'm a loyal employee pretty much with them. And so they send me an email that says, happy blah, 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 for 15 years. And it's like a little certificate.
I love it. That's nice. So anniversary. So maybe acknowledging their anniversary. Okay, that's exactly what I thought. And once I saw your expression, the anniversary is hard because you know what I do?
Oh, man, I've been paying 15 years. I gotta get out of that.
I'm much better at math than I am English. And personally, I would be like, oh, my stuff isn't worth that much. So I don't know, maybe anniversary is not the best. Maybe we could do something but not call it the anniversary, you know, but know that that's one of the criteria that you're meeting it at. Okay, if I had a loyalty program, what would I want? If you were the customer, Mari, what would you want? I mean, from your storage company, what would make you feel? Do you want a mug? Do you want a pen, a calendar? Do you want, what's that?
Movie tickets.
Ooh, I love movie tickets. I think that's one of the best. We went to the movies last night, and we went to the cinemas over here, Cinema 10, I think it is. And wow, Southern California knows how to do a movie theater. There were recliners. Oh my gosh, I was in heaven. I swear I took 10 pictures in there. I was like, oh my gosh. And then they had popcorn and ice cream. I mean, of course, everybody has popcorn, but
There by my house, we'll bring a blanket.
what?
Bring a pillow.
They'll bring a,
No,
I'll fall asleep. I'll fall asleep.
oh my God. Okay, and that's the other thing that drives me crazy is I usually get cold in the theater. I didn't get cold here, but
But the fact that they came and asked, how's the temperature? They came around, what's the
See?
I'm a little cold, Mason, I'll do the ball.
Now that would be a memorable
Now,
moment.
that's a memorable moment. I mean,
Yes. Yes, that's a memorable moment. That's what sets you apart. Has anybody worked for Marriott?
Actually, I did.
Tell us about
In
that.
high school, in high school, I worked a graveyard shift to change the bed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I did. Yeah,
How many
take-
years?
taking the sheet off. I was on there for like 2 months. It was getting
Okay.
disgusting later. But,
Okay.
I was there.
Okay. So Marriott is doing tons of work and research on their platinum members. They want to know how are they really getting treated the way that they want them to get treated. So they have this loyalty program, and the loyalty program includes where they get points for every stay, okay? And then points add up to free night stay. Or they give you a $10 gift voucher that you can use at any one of their outlets, okay? And then they also said that you're supposed to feel special. So if I go in and I get my room at a Marriott and I'm a platinum member and there is less than 80% full that night, they should upgrade me automatically, okay? They should upgrade me automatically. They should provide a choice between the $10 gift voucher and points. And then they should maybe put some water in a bag. That's what they do here. And they'll even do other little stuff for me. But they want to make sure that this is happening, because the other thing that they're really working on is there are people making a connection with everybody that enters their organization, but especially platinum members. Because guess what? Platinum members stay there like, I don't know, I think it's like 60 nights a year. So if you're a platinum member, you're spending a lot of money at the Marriott's, you know? And so they want to keep these customers happy. They're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to do different mystery shops just to find out if that's happening. So if you guys had a loyalty program, what would it look like? Would it have 2 or 3 components in there? Would it be for your seasoned customers, or would it be for your brand new customers too? And how does that affect them? How does it get new customers? Any ideas? So we have all this cute stuff here. Maybe we just pick one thing a quarter and we do it for them. Maybe one thing a year.
How about some kind of like trash bin service?
Oh, yeah. Can you write that down?
You know, a platinum customer has once a
Trash.
month trash bin or.
Is that easy to give too? I'm just curious.
When we have those customers that go for a long
We've
time.
been testing it out in Northern Cal with these trash bins, but, you know, place we tested it out, nobody wanted it. And it was for a move out, and they didn't want it.
Oh, let's talk about advertisement too.
Space we do, because before the we have a lot of sawmill people.
Yeah.
Before they used to leave trash everywhere behind the truck. We rent the parking spaces, and then when I start see the people, I went hide in the second floor. And I see when I see the people, I went over
Yes.
and I said, you know what, you did it last time. You know what, if you need it, let me know. If I have a space, I will need to give you a chance
Yeah.
to put into the trust. And that's what we're doing. And after I start doing that, right now it's
You go to the office.
way better.
Oh,
They go to the
really?
office, that you guys have a space, that can throw something, and if we have it, yeah, you're gonna say, you know what, today no, but tomorrow, the follow the trash coming, so tomorrow stop by,
Right.
we let it. And the people earn more better, they don't let that much.
Yes.
But like used to do before.
You know, another thing is that people, I don't know why, but they store the most disgusting mattresses. And they never wanna take them with them. They always leave them behind. Buy a car, and we finally got some random guy really. And we got, you know, and now we call him and he picks them up. And just to tell someone, well, you know, you leave them down, just telling someone, okay, no, it's okay, it's fine.
Mhm.
Somebody pick them up. I think they leave happy.
That's good.
Knowing that was taken care of. You
Well,
know,
and
they
I-
paid for having it in storage for
Yeah.
its time.
It makes no
The,
sense.
It doesn't, but-
Mattress, trash day, you know.
Yeah.
Or
You know what else? Education. You guys talked about education a lot earlier, right? And educating these customers on not only maybe this, that you guys have this availability to have someone come pick up their mattress. to take care of these needs, that education is probably another key spot in a loyalty program, because I hear you guys have a lot of benefits and I don't know if they're all used, because you guys have a move-in truck, right? That's a great benefit. How many people use that? They use it a lot. And then you have carry-in or carry.
Carry-in service.
Okay.
And now we're trying the lug, which is
What's that?
the moving company that you can get either the rent discount, if we have a rent discount on a certain size.
Okay.
Or the equivalent credit for, it's like an Uber-like service with a mover and a helper. They come to your house, they pick up your stuff, they put it in the storage unit.
Okay, that is great.
So, and
That's
we,
like-
yeah, and they've also
That's
said
huge.
that if the customer chooses to get the rent discount and they don't use LUG, and a lot of people have been doing that, in Northern Cal, LUG will give them a $25 promo code from us, just so they can try it at another time.
That's great.
Now, the customer does not have to use that credit
Okay.
for the move-in. They can use it for
Right.
any time. They could give it to
Okay.
somebody even.
Wow. So that's a real gift.
Yes,
And that's for being a brand new customer, correct?
yes.
Okay. So you could see that would be a great even loyalty program
The
gift.
25 coupon, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's really
Because
nice.
you could use
So
it
let's
if you
put
bought
that
something
down.
at Costco,
Lug.
you know?
Lug. I think it's L-U-G.
G.
L-U-G-G.
And we have package delivery service,
Oh,
so that if you have your UPS, you don't want it left at your front door, you can have it,
Yes.
we put it in your unit for you. You have to sign a waiver.
how much advertising is on that?
Mari's our expert.
Oh, tell us, Mari. Tell me how much advertising is on that.
On the package placement one,
Uh-huh.
we did a few emails, email blasts.
Okay.
And included it, we did one in December and included it in that, and then we did another one, I think in January. So 2 months in a row we advertised, and then we also advertised it on Facebook,
Nice.
and
So-
Facebook
How many people do you have using it?
and many.
Depends which location.
It does.
Yes, there's some locations where after five are free. After that, it could
Right.
start charging a little bit. But, there's some in North Cal that are businesses that, right, we accept for businesses.
Wow.
That we accept their delivery, so their employees don't have to come over.
Right. And I don't know, in this area, are you guys having a lot of packages stolen at the front doorstep?
It's becoming an issue.
Yeah. So I know in Northern Cal, we've kind of got it, it's been a little bit rampant, and it's actually been rampant in our area. And we're in a gated community, so you think you're safer? No, it's been pretty rampant. So I see that as a big plus, and I see that as just this great alternative for people that work, that want to be able to order on Amazon all the time. I mean, I know I do, so I'm like, maybe I should think about this. So I'm having them sent to my office now. Yes. Yes. And if anything, it just gives you publicity. I mean, that's the greatest thing is, even though I may not use this service, but if I look at it as being great, that's another aspect in loyalty program. Okay. Any other ideas?
Well, we had a consignment store, but now we
Oh.
have a consignment store online. So Mari, she helps me sell it, items.
What?
for customers online.
Okay, what is that?
Well, we had a consignment store already made. It was in a unit, and we advertised it to come in. Customers put their stuff in there to sell. But
Okay.
then we got rid of it, and now we do it online. So
That's awesome. Okay, consignment store.
You should check it out, it's nice.
That is really
people sold
cool.
my stuff.
So, okay, so tell me more. So I'm a renter, right? And that means that I can go in and say, oh, I want to get rid of some of this stuff, and I can go put it on the consignment store?
Yeah, we take a
They-
picture.
Yeah,
Online.
they
Like
send
a eBay
pictures.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like an online market.
Right,
Facebook does it though, so
right.
we're using that since we already have a following
Okay.
facility on there.
So then you advertise it all out to
Yeah,
everybody
and
on
it all
Facebook.
just advertises in one area.
Things on there,
That
So
is
it's really
great. Well, and when we talk loyalty program, I mean, definitely social media is one aspect to get the word out there, because it's one thing to have all this great stuff, it's another to spread the word, right? All right. So we have quite a few things here. What I'm going to have you do is we're going to break into groups.